Dear children, it's a new beginning, new day. Let us remember the God, the Almighty. Today we will discuss new chapter, chapter 4, national movements in India. And in this chapter, we will discuss about the great national uprising of 1857, then boycott and indigenous movements, Muslim League and the formation of Muslim League, it happens in 1906, birth and development of extreme revolutionary movements in India, and the revolutionaries will learn about Bhagat Singh, Shivram, Sukhdev and Bal Gangadhar Tilak, then free revolutionary movement in India and revolutionary movement in foreign countries. Revolutionary movements in foreign countries, Morley Minto reforms, arrival of Gandhiji to India, Rowlatt Act, then Jallianwala Bagh, and lot of things are there. And let us see, we'll cover this chapter within 1 hour, 2 parts. National movements in India, Chapter 4, page number 23. During their stay in India, Britishers became familiar with the political condition of India. The British East India Company took advantage of the political disputes and internal weakness of India. So that is the main thing. How these Britishers become more powerful, and they utilize the disputes and the weakness of Indian kings, the weakness of our country. Internal fight. So that was the main thing. The Britishers established their kingdom in India. Then what is the great national uprising 1857? Some of the factors that caused the uprising of 1857: political dissatisfaction, economic exploitation, and social religious factors, military factors, immediate reasons like induction of Enfield rifle in the army. Mangal Pandey was the first martyr of uprising. Several revolutionaries like Nana Sahib, Dandiya Toba, Raja Kushwar Singh, Rani Lakshmi Bai. And we have discussed this 1857 uprising in the 8th standard, where we have seen the first martyr, Mangal Pandey. He is the only one that started these revolutionary movements, and joined by many leaders. The 1857 revolt, that was the beginning of the humble beginning of the Indian independence struggle. Okay, now the important in this paragraph, they got Mangal Pandey, the first martyr of our independence struggle. Then, what is the boycott and the indigenous movement? Boycotting the British product, supporting the indigenous movement. What is this indigenous movement? Boycott and indigenous movement, along with the Bhagbang movement, it's in 1905, was one of the importance of the Indian national movement, because of the divide and rule policy of, as a result, Britishers' Machiavellian policies, boycott and indigenous movement get an impact. Bengal was a province at the time of British rule, which included the present-day Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. Compared to other states, Bengal was the central point of national awakening. The impetus and thought of the national movement came from the Bengal in the 1857 revolt. Hindus and Muslims had collectively fought the English. That's why, through the English strategy of divide and rule, they emerged the communism and caused by the division of the people. The Britishers mainly used the method divide and rule. So for that, another movement started boycotting the British, the foreign goods, and supporting the indigenous developed items and indigenous. The movement has three major categories: adopt indigenous products as Swadeshi, boycott foreign goods, adopt a national education. This indigenous movement put forward 3 points. One is adopt Swadeshi products. That means products which are making in India. Example, the cotton cloths. You have prepared here. So the people advised to take more, purchase more on Swadeshi items and respect or instead of the foreign goods. The second point is boycott foreign goods, and at the same time boycotting foreign goods like the foreign clothes, cigarettes, etc. Whatever things. And third point is adopt a national education. Must give more importance for the traditional Hindi culture, and also give more important for the English at beginning of the schools in India. India benefited a lot of to do this Swadeshi movement, while the English industry was badly affected due to the boycott of the foreign goods. Now, the formation of the Muslim League, and it happens in 1906. By adopting the divide and rule policy, the English wanted to create a conflict between Hindus and Muslims. Then the Viceroy Lord Minto and the Indian Vizier, that means Diwan, Morley together planned to crush the Indian nationalism. When the national fight became, English began to favor upper class Muslims. The English became successful in convincing the group they must form a Muslim organization. And the formation of the Muslim League, it is done by the British nation itself, and mainly to focus on the division among the Hindus and Muslims. The Britishers wanted to do make the division. They wanted to make the quarrel between the Hindus and Muslims. So the Britishers itself take the initiative and form the Muslim League and collect and call some important Muslim leaders and supported the formation of the Muslim League. The next paragraph, the birth and the development of Eastern Revolutionary Movement. That this particular movement is known as the Radicals. Then these revolutionary movements began in India and spread in the other countries as well. The circumstances in the background were the cancellation of the partition of Bengal, the partition of groups such as Jahals, that means radicals, and Mavals, that means moderate. These all are important points. What is Jahals and what is Maval? That means moderate. At the Congress conference in Surat 1970. The terrific opposition to practice the Congress for making only resolution and requested Lal Bal Pal Prayo. That means to radical attitude which brought a new life among the young Indian activists. Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak declared family, the freedom is my birthright and I will achieve it anyhow. It's very important, famous word, and this become the maxim of the revolutionary freedom fighters. The freedom is my birthright. Whose word is Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak. And freedom is my birthright, I will achieve it at any cost. And at the same time, revolutionary activities spread Maharashtra, Bengal, Punjab, Bihar, Odisha, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madras province, Uttar Pradesh and Central Asia. Among these activities were like a Mitra Mela Society and Abhinav Bharat Samaj, Anshilan Samiti, etc. are the main some of the important revolutionary movements. Then, next paragraph is peace revolutionary movements in Gujarat. Sri Aurobindo Ghosh was the pioneer of armed revolution in Gujarat. That's very important. Gujarat में जो revolution start किया है उनका leader था Sri Aurobindo Ghosh is the one, the leader, the armed revolution in Gujarat. But he remained behind the curtain, and his brother Barinder Kumar Ghosh was always remained in the forefront, and he arrived in Gujarat, moved towards southern part here. He met Totubai and Sri Ambubai Purani and very able to companions. So that is the humble beginning of the revolutionary movements in Gujarat. Sri Aurobindo Ghosh described the scheme of revolution in his book Bhavani Mandir. It was also translated to Gujarati and published in journal Dakshin. Besides this, the booklets with the titles like Deshi Vanaspati Davao, Navano Sabu Banavani Reed, Kasrat, Gulab no Kisso, Qaeda, no, Samra, etc. In order to spread the thoughts of revolution and Britishers won a nation. The headings, you see the heading, Navanu Sabun Banavani Reef, Vanaspadinu Devao, but that is only heading, main heading. But inside that, there are, the revolutionary thoughts. Why should we oppose the Britishers? So, in order to create the fighting spirit among the young Indian bloods, so that they started these all publications. Then revolutionary movements in foreign countries. At the same time, when they started revolutionary movements in India, there are certain revolutionary movements in foreign countries also, which are the revolutionary movement began in the foreign countries also for giving freedom to India from the British. The revolutionary activities that began in India spread different countries like England, Canada, America, Germany, France, Myanmar, Malaysia, Singapore, Afghanistan and Russia. So it's a very important thing. When they started the revolutionary movements in India for the freedom struggle, at the same time, there are certain foreign countries that we have mentioned here. Already started some activities, revolutionary activities under the leadership of Savarkar, Veer Savarkar, Madanlal Dingara, and Udham Singh, and Shamji Krishna Varma, and Madhav Kama. Of course, you are very familiar with Shamji Krishna Varma, and born and brought up in Mandvi, and we know still we have a memorial, Shamji Krishna Varma memorial in Mandvi, and we have often visited there. We have kept picnic and study to this particular place, and in memory of Shamji Krishna, because he is born and brought up in Mandvi. So, dear students, these all are some important points in the introduction. This is the first part, and this is a long, long chapter, and we need to go. Some more points are here. What is Morley Minto reforms? Arrival of Gandhiji to India, Rowlatt Act, and Jallianwala Bagh, and etc. That we will discuss in the next part. Okay, so please your homework for this section, and read this chapter. At least 3 or 4 times, 5 times this chapter, and reading textbook is compulsory, because you can expect questions from in between anywhere from the textbook. So the textbook reading is compulsory, it is must. Okay, we'll meet you in the next class. Till then, take care, bye bye.